Hello friends, Tony here. Today I am going to talk about a rich text editor. So I'll be showing how you can create a rich text editor using Vue.js and TypeScript and how you can save those details into SQL Server database. So the text editor looked like this. So you can see it here. So it's something similar to the comment box or you might have seen in Stack Overflow or the message part in your mail or like there are many other use cases. So there are many plugins you can use for the same, but I will show you like how you can create one by your own. So let me go to the code part first. So I have explained like what is my project setup earlier. So I'm using like Vue.js with the TypeScript. I have like Vue dot like 2.6 Vue version. So I have a component for that particular brand part. So this is the my brand component. So this is my HTML part. So here I have like one place like for to enter the brand name input details, and another place like I have a test area. Then I created a UL, and there I am keeping all those menus like so. So this is the brand name part I showed first. So this is the test area which will hold all the test area value, and this is the UL. Inside that UL I am given the all the icons like so. I have integrated font awesome to my project, so I can use the bold, italic, and arrow up and arrow down. I used for like uppercase and lowercase scenarios. So this all will so that will form the UI like this. Okay, so I think that's all about the UI part, and button also is shown in my the inventory creation video. So that's all about the UI side of it. Now we will see like what needs to happen like when user enter some text and click on it, click on the bold. So for that, we have click event for each icons. So bold click, italic click, and underline click, not under uppercase click and lowercase click. So we have the corresponding click methods. So once we come to the component part, so here we are calling the HTML. So as I mentioned, I used TypeScript, so I'm just mentioning each type for the each item. So brand details is the one which is going to store the name, description, and the rich text. So capturing both the HTML edited text and the normal text separately. So let me go to the suppose I want to make the string as uppercase. So what needs to be done? So you can see it here like I type a text here, and if I select all this detail and if I click this one, so you can see it's got converted to uppercase. So how it is possible? So what we will do, like we will be on when user click on upper case that particular icon. So we will be selecting the all the items in the test area using that particular ID. So like normal JavaScript or like type document dot get element by ID based on that description. So here you can see the ID of this test area is description. So once we get all the values. So once we get all the value, then we need to know which from which point to which point user has selected. So we will be getting the selection dot start and selection dot end. Then we are substring we are doing the substring of that particular the entire string. So we will get the selected portion in the new value variable. Then we are converting that new value to uppercase. Then we are replacing it from the old string. Then the preview part, we have another element in the preview part, so that you can see it here. So here, so here we are here we are setting the inner HTML of that. So once you set that thing, and you will be seeing the real-time update of that data over there. So you see the HTML part, like here we are binded the rich text model, so whatever user enter there, it will be dynamically updated here. So th that version was like so this is not an optimized version. So like if you want to click italics, or if you want to make it lowercase, or if you want to make it bold, the steps you need to follow is same, right? So what we can do is like in this particular case, uh, you can like, so here you can use a common method, because these steps are similar for all the conditions in our scenario. Only in this part you need to do the separate actions. So this is our optimized function. So we will be calling this function, will be passing the type if it's a bold or italic. So I thought I'll write the rest of the part code along with you, so you will also know how we can refactor this thing. So we don't need any of these things, right? So we'll just recommend it. So we'll call this guy here. So instead of bold, we'll pass italic here. Okay, so italics. So what needs to be done when it's italics? Just take this guy from here. So here italics. So what we are going to do is like we are okay. So so that's all we need to do, and we need to return the value. Okay, so once we return the value from here, so if you come here, so we have the value here. Now we need to update the preview accordingly. So for that you need to just pass the value to this way. So that's all we need to, don't need to do any of this details. So you see like a one big function, we just two lines of code, because we are using most of the part. So always focus this thing when you code, like whenever you can avoid duplicate codes, you should always try to optimize it, and you should always try to reuse the code. Here also I'll just call the same, and the uppercase scenario we are going to add over there. So uppercase, so most of the part the remaining, like most of the thing I already coded, because if you do like parallelly coding and explaining, it will be like, it will take more time. So most of the things I already coded, and only, so this is the preview updating part. So whatever we are doing individually, we are doing it with this function now. And remove all this stuff. So here we will be passing uppercase. Okay, so now there is something for small case, so I will just leave it now. I will, so anyway, I hope you understood how you can optimize this part. So I don't want to, so it's the same process, I don't want to delay, take your time. So and we have a computed property, so that will be giving the rich test details, like always it will be dynamically updating in the rich test part. So Okay, so it will be used like when you clear the value, all those scenario like you need to get the preview also updated. For that purpose, we are using the computer property. So I'll just add a value here. So I will I'll name the brand as YouTube. So I'll just give some sample test like YouTube demo video created, some random test. Okay, so now we will make this YouTube as bold and demo as like italic, and created will make. So there is some problem with our logic, so let's cross check. So somewhere we are not, that is for uppercase, right? Created. So when we give created and uppercase and we give something, so somewhere we'll see what is the problem. So here we are passing uppercase, update preview we are given new value. So okay, so here we are returning uppercase value instead of value. Ideally we should be returning value, so it's a silly mistake, so we'll correct it. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll try again. So YouTube. Okay, so now the UI got refreshed. So YouTube, so YouTube random value. So why UI got refreshed? Because we made some changes and here we saved. So the view CLI will automatically refresh the UI. So like you need to wait for the changes. So YouTube random value, some random test, random test, blah, blah. So this is because I have Grammarly installed, so it is fine. So I'll make the YouTube as bold in the random italic, value capital, all. So I'll make value small case and sum as capital. Okay, so now we have the data. So you can like see here I just given only basic functionality. Like you can add many, like you can add, you can insert image, or like you see like in Stack Overflow you can have like a list, you can have some like many things. So all those functionality like you need to go through. So the approach will be same, so you need to build the logic on top of it. Now I just given it like inside this component only, so you can create this whole thing as a separate component, so shared component or plugin. So like later you will be able to use it in all the other similar places. So it will be like only one time you need to invest the time, invest the work, and like later you can reuse it in all other places. So that's ideally that should be the approach. Now if I click on submit, so you can see like a brand added. So now we'll go to SQL Server and we'll just run it. So you can see the entry got added, YouTube random value, some test, blah blah blah. So here the description and the rich test both got added separately. So why we are adding it in that way? Because sometime you don't need, you need only the description. So if you keep only the rich text, so you need to parse it and convert it. So you can save both, so you can use whichever you want at a particular time. So if you see the controller part, like you can see like we have a brand controller and it has a add brand post method. So here we will be passing all the details which pass from the UI. So if we go to its implementation, so we are So this is like the data access layer you need to go. So you will be passing all the parameters which pass from the UI, and you will be passing it to the store procedure you have created to add the brand. So once you call that thing, it will push to the database. So that's the flow, how the data is being added here. So you can see the create brand store procedure here. So that's all about uh, this form and putting the value to DP. So it's like end-to-end flow. So I hope you understood this part, and you can build like you can add more functionality to this, and you can comment if you have any doubt or if you want to discuss any particular scenario in this. So that's all. Thank you.